Finally, I'm here. That I was counting on going on an hour ago, over an hour ago. But today has just been totally crazy and totally stressed. So I'm sorry. I did announce that I was going to be on earlier, and I'm sorry if anybody's been waiting for me. But I couldn't. I've just been running about, totally running about all day. So I've been really stressing to make it. But now I'm here. Hi, Ross. Yeah, everything that could go wrong went wrong today. So it was a very long day. I was supposed to go on early. Hi. Feeling good. I was supposed to go on early because my boyfriend is coming after his work at 11:30 or something like that. So I wanted to go on at 9, but I also had to do laundry. And when I was down, it's like 4 flights down. It's in the basement of the building. And I was down there. Then all of a sudden, you know, in the middle of the drying and washing, boom, all the lights went out. It was like, boom, I was in the basement. It was totally dark. And of course, I didn't bring my phone. So I had to find my way up to the yard and out on the street and go around the building and get into the front of the house. And there was, all the electricity was gone in my building. All the other buildings had light. There was no problems on the streets or anything. Everything had light except for me. So, and we were without light and electricity for like 2 hours. So there was nothing I could do, you know, and the cooking was delayed, the washing was delayed. I had everything on a perfect time schedule. But my time schedule just like 2 hours just blew out of it. So now I'm stressing. So we better get started. And then we'll see. He's never on time anyways. He's always late. And I haven't really made a decision if I want to go with, I think I'm going to go with my tiger markers today. Just, you know, I mean, I did really love that set we had of colors yesterday. But I think I'm going to, you know, try to see what the tiger markers would be like on this one. Just to compare maybe, you know. I'll have them here like in that sequence because these two are sort of like the fitted set. So I'm just going to go ahead and dig in there. And it's nice to see you guys on, and I didn't share, but I don't want to waste any time because yeah, I got started late, and of course, yeah, then he can sit and wait until I'm finished when he comes. But it's not a lot of fun if he's been at work all day. So we'll have to see. We'll make it there. We'll make it there. So yeah, that was a stressy day, especially with this. Also because I had, you know, like I couldn't start cooking because I only have electrical. Luckily, I had candles because otherwise it would have been really bad. And yeah, of course, the washing got delayed by 2 hours, which ended up being washing and bathing and everything on top of each other. And since the washing is 4 flights down in the basement is really annoying. So yeah, it was for 3 days. Yeah, I've never had, I mean, for the 20 years that I've been in this apartment, or since 96, I've never ever in this apartment had any problems with the power. But yeah, maybe once or twice, but that's a long time ago. But yeah, well, things happen, you know, but they always happen at the worst possible timing. But yeah, now I'm here and we're ready to get going and everything will be fine. So it was just not like today that I needed this because I kind of had a big schedule of what I wanted to do and how and when, and you know, everything was timed and totally planned out, which is not normally me. I don't really plan out things, but today I had a plan. It just got blown to pieces. My plan didn't go well. So this will develop there. This will go here. So this is using my cheap tiger markers. So I think, you know, that's nice. Now we've been looking at some of the more pricey markers. So now we're going to go tiger, and this is the cheap ones. And I'm just going to go, you know, it's nice to see the difference because of the colors and everything, to see how well it matches up. I mean, the quality I know is great. Hi, Bev. Hi, Julie. Oh. Oh, yeah, in a house, I think it goes more often. I mean, when I was living in Spain, it was normal that it would go all the time. Even in the apartment there, it was just like, yeah, you know, oh, the power's out. Oh, okay, again. But here in Copenhagen, it's a very rare thing to happen, that the power is out like that. It's not something we see a lot. So we got this going. Yep. And I think I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna have to be like, you know, I'm starting on a lot of points to try to see if I can make it to be finished before he comes, so that I'm at least a little bit prepared. I think he's gonna be yellow around the eyes here. It's gonna be a funny, funky one. I turned him upside down also, because I just think it's funny sometimes, you know, to see it from another side and just have that kind of fun with it. So yeah, that was the first round. And I'm, you know, now I'm sitting down. I've been running around since like 2 o'clock this afternoon. And I was even running when I was eating dinner. So now I'm sitting down. I did pour myself a glass of wine. I didn't take a sip yet because I don't think I'm ready. I'm not ready for a sip of wine yet. So we'll see when I get ready for that. But right now I just need to sort of start breathing again, because it was really, I just came up from, I went down to buy cigarettes because also needed to do that. So it's been like the last 2 hours have been like total high gear to get everything done, so I could sit down and make my video with you guys and do my Weirdie a day. So I've been looking forward to sitting down, because it sort of turned out to be a hectic day for once. This doesn't really happen a lot here, so I mean, I usually never stress, so it's not something that happens often. So I won't be getting used to that. No stress is normally my my thing. But I'm still, you know, I haven't been through the hard disks and everything, because the power went out and everything was on. So I don't know about the computers and the hard disks and stuff like that. So I'll have to check that at some other point and see if everything's okay. I hope so. I really hope so. And I finally got the videos for the Valentine's books done today also. So that is a good thing. That was before I knew I was going to be stressing. So, and before I knew that I was going to be without internet and everything for that time. But now everything's back on and moving slowly along. And my laptop is whizzing away. I mean, it's like really upset. So I guess the laptop is in a bad mood for having been restarted and everything. But it will be okay. I'll have to probably clean it one of these days. Maybe do something about that. It's looking good. So now we can sort of get a grip of, I mean, how they work versus the other ones. And I think, you know, well, I can only say they work exactly the same. They're markers. They have great coverage. They have good colors. So I'm quite happy with them. And please feel free to share the video if you can, because I didn't share yet, and I just wanna, yeah, I don't have time yet. So yeah, it's just gonna be like that. And yeah, I have to look at doing it at the right end. So yeah, this is it's 9 colors that I'm using, the same as I did on the Weirdie data yesterday. The big Weirdie data that took forever. That was so nice. It was such a lovely result, and the scan was just beautiful. So it was really, really, really great result. I'm so happy with that. And turned out to be a great video. So that was really nice. And Victoria was really nice when I was stressing. She was helping with the food and everything. She always helps, so that's nice. It's incredible how she can be so relaxed and chill when I'm like running around like a headless chicken or something like that. It's just pretty cool. It's like, okay, you know, Mom, when we were eating and I was like sitting, I'm gonna have to smoke a cigarette because I have to do this and this and this and this and this. And she's like, you know, I'll take the things out of the table. You just go have a shower, and she's really nice like that. So yeah, I'm lucky there. So yeah, the Valentine's videos are ready. 2 of the books I already seen on Amazon.com. But 2 of them are still missing. The big book of spheres is also up on Amazon now, but still missing the others, so it's not ready yet. It really varies how fast they get them up there after I press go. You know, sometimes it's like half an hour and it's there. Other times it's like 4 or 5 days and it's there. So you can never really count on anything, I guess. So yeah, you can see this is gonna be really lovely. And I'm starting to get more calm because it was really going in a high gear. And even my dad pitched in and helped to get some of the stuff up from the basement, because there's just no way I could do everything. You know, you can't shower, cook, eat, and run up and down from 4 flights of stairs with the clothes at the same time. It's just impossible. I mean, the first priority for me was getting dinner on the table for Victoria, because it was getting really late compared to eating hour, because we had those 2 hours where I couldn't do anything. And yeah, I should have, you know, well, you know, normally a power outage wouldn't be that long. It would be like 15, 20 minutes and it would be back on here. So, you know, if I had known that it had taken that long, then when it started, I would have went for pizza, because then we would have saved some time there. But I had no idea that it was going to take that long. And since, you know, my iPad didn't need electricity, it was 100% charged. So I could draw Weirdies while there was a power outage. So that was good. I drew a couple of new Weirdies. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Heather. So, oh, that's awesome, Heather. So yeah, so now I'm just getting in the relax mode. Second cigarette. I'm gonna take a sip of that wine and see if I can just sort of push the stress away. A Weirdie a day keeps the stress at bay. Now we'll see if it helps. It helps. Let's see. Usually with me, I have to draw twisted chill pills to keep the stress away. But I don't have time for that now. So we'll see. I think coloring will help too. You know, you'll feel more happy with the colors, and cigarette will definitely help. Definitely. So yeah. So, and I'll have to, even though that I did wash, I only got like half of the washing done because I was stopped in the middle. and had to sort of rewash, and then half of it is not dry. I don't have anywhere to hang it, so it's just lying all over the place. So that's nice too. The house looks like a nightmare, but that's okay. I mean, I look okay. I had a shower and I put my makeup on. My hair is on my head. And I got clothes on, so I mean, then who cares about what the house looks like? I can't do nothing about it now. We did get the Christmas tree emptied of decorations, because I'm hoping that I can get him to carry it down to the yard, because I can't carry it, that's for sure, and my dad can't either, but because he can only carry something in the one arm. So if I'm gonna have a chance of getting that Christmas tree out, it's probably gonna be today. I have no racks anywhere. I have one little one where I've got a lot filled up on, and then I got a couch that is also like pretty full up with clothes and stuff. So but it will be okay, you know. It will dry eventually. I'll probably, you know, I'll try to see if I can get a time for washing again tomorrow, so I can get the rest done, and maybe some of the hardcore things, get them dry. I just don't feel like it, but it might be the best solution. Because the thing is, once everything was back on in the washing basement, it's for the whole building. But that one closes at 10, so that means that even that it started up again, and I didn't make it to get rewashed the last machines that I had in, and I did get some of it dry. Then at 10 o'clock, the power would go out again down there, because they just turn it off so that nobody gets tempted to wash all through the night and disturb the people who live on top of it. Where I lived before, we could wash 24/7, because there was a children's institution on top of the washing basement. So there was no, you could just go down whenever you wanted. But here you have to sort of, at 10 you have to be finished, because then the lights are out, machines, everything closes down. So yeah, that was a bit stressy. But I guess, you know, these things, they only happen on the days where you're in a hurry or you have everything planned out. It never happens on the days where you have plenty of time and not a worry, and you're just like, hey, okay. You know, that never happens there. Funny enough, it's always when you're a little bit in the push that everything goes down. So I guess probably everybody's a little bit in the push on the same times of, you know, so that has to be fair. Exactly, when things go wrong, they really go wrong. But you know, I made it. I didn't make it till beyond here on the time I wanted to. And I felt bad about that, and I didn't even really, I did write to Tina that I wasn't sure, but I didn't have time to sort of sit down and make a longer message, because then that would also take time on top, and then I thought I'm just going to hurry as much as I can, and that's it. That's it, hurry as much as I can. And then now I'm finally sitting down and chilling, so that's good. So now I'm relaxing. And then we'll see these beautiful colors from my tiger markers. And I had a great time yesterday. I was so happy we got that Weirdie Dahala. It turned out so pretty. So happy I got it colored. It looks really good. And the Weirdie looks so cool too. Yeah, so that was really lovely. And I did, today I updated, I went into the Color Weirdie Day, because I'm no longer in Facebook prison. But the only thing I had a time for was I went in there and then I uploaded all the speed videos to an album. And my own page, I updated our photo album with the pictures of all the awesome Weirdie's you guys colored and also the ones that I colored. So I updated that, and hopefully tomorrow I'll update the album on the color Weirdie day. I was simply too busy, and I don't know if you noticed, but I already put up Weirdie 15 on the pay hip, so it's already there. And I did put up a post with it. That was when I was promising to be on early. That was when I still had hope for the whole day going out as I planned it. But you see, that's the thing about plans. When you make plans, they never really turn out. That's why it's nice to have no plan. Then things just sort of tend to pan out. So this is lovely. The hard books, I made the videos, but only 2 of them are up on Amazon yet. So the hard books, as soon as they're all up on Amazon, then I'll also put them on the pay hip, but then I'll also make an announcement of it and everything. But, I think it will make it in time for the 15th, and that was sort of the deadline. So I got the videos are done, and they're up on YouTube. I uploaded the 4 videos of look-throughs to YouTube. So everything is actually ready. Everything is ready. The only thing that is not ready is Amazon. They are being slow with the 2 of them, with the abstract and Never Too Many Hearts, the big one. So I have to wait until that is up there, and I have no control over that because I did click them at the same time. The Big Book of Spheres is now also available on Amazon as a print issue. So that's pretty cool too. And I think that the proofs will come next week. When I get the books in hand, I'll make a look through so you guys can see them. Then, I'll do one for all of the hard books. And then I'll do one for the Book of Spheres, so you can see what it looks like in the print edition. So this is lovely. Yeah, I do love these colors. They're really, really good. Really, really awesome to work with. So having a good time with them. My back hurts. But that's the up and down with the washing. And it was so dark when I was standing down there because I was in the basement folding clothes when the light went out. And that when it goes out in the basement, it goes really, really dark. Yeah, it's a good thing that it's Saturday the 13th and not Friday the 13th. Then it would be really scared to be in that basement in total darkness. Just, finding my keys down there when I couldn't see anything because I had just thrown them on one of the washers. So I had to sort of like run around in the darkness, trying not to bump into anything and try to find my keys so that I could get out of there and walk out in the darkness, just feeling my way forward. And I mean, I don't hang out a lot in the basement, so it's not like a really well-known territory for me. So yeah, walking around with my hands in front of me. But I got up to the yard, and then getting out of the yard because it's an electrical gate. That was also a little bit difficult, and I couldn't take the back stairs because there was total darkness. There's no light at all. So I had to sort of make it to the front of the house, and where there was a little bit light getting in, because of course it was after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and 4 o'clock in the afternoon everything's dark anyways outside. So yeah, but I made it up, and Victoria was like, "Oh, I'm so happy that I had you have these shoes with the lights in them." And she's like, "They are really practical when you're out of light." And I got candles going all over the house up here, and I didn't turn them out yet because I've been too busy. So I got candles everywhere, which is pretty nice and cozy. So that was nice that I had some, because I did buy some for Christmas, and we didn't use so many because I'm always saving a bit on the candles. So just, just put them on when there's guests or something, save them a bit. So now I got them going everywhere. So it's nice. It is funny. I mean, come on, it has to be funny, because if it wasn't funny, it would be kind of sad. You need to laugh at it. Also because it happens so rarely here. So yeah, and I don't really, I mean, I wasn't scared in the basement. There was 1 second, like just when the lights went out, and I was thinking, okay, it's gonna come back on in 5 minutes, and I'm just gonna stand and wait. And it didn't come back on, and I was like, fuck, I'm really, really screwed. But you always get out in the situation. I was just, like, because it's such an unusual thing to happen, I was like, ooh, I hope nothing bad happened or something like that, But it didn't. But I don't know, because I didn't see the news or anything. I didn't have time. I was just about to go and call for pizza to go down, and that I could pick up a pizza. When the lights came back on, and Victoria was like, "But are we gonna have pizza then?" And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna put the food in the oven. I'm gonna cook." There's no reason to. It was an emergency if we were gonna have pizza. It was not the. She was like, her little face, and I said, "Okay, but I'll see if maybe we can have it one of the other days then." So I probably owe her pizza for that. But the food was lovely, so that was good. This is awesome. It's going to be really good. So this is sort of my, I go to every time that I use these totally all the time. Yeah, better laugh. Better laugh. It lightens the situation quite a bit. So that helps a lot. And I did get everything I needed to do done. The only thing that we had to postpone is Victoria's bath, because that will be tomorrow instead of today. But she's quite okay with that. So it simply wasn't time enough for that too. And she's reading. She's probably trying to stay under the radar, hoping that I will forget the fact that she's not sleeping, because she went to her room in order to not disturb. She went there with her iPad, and she's going to read. So she's probably staying very quiet, so that I might forget to tell her to go to sleep. So we'll see about that, if I forget it or not. This is also a beautiful color. I like the colors that they have in the set. There is missing like a dark blue. There are some colors that I could use in the set, but as a basic set, the colors are great, and the quality is they cover. You can see they cover it, so you get what you need out of it. Great coverage, easy to work with, and great colors. And easy to choose colors, because there's not that many to choose from. So there's like and they're so cheap that you can easily have 2 sets of them. Yeah, some people use baby oil, and some use Vaseline as well. Vaseline, I think, yeah. So yeah, that's my totally go-to, and especially when I need to get a lot of coloring done, which I have done when I did the covers for the Weirdies. To do a lot. Yeah, this is lovely. This is lovely. You can also use cotton tips, Q-tips. I think are they called Q-tips? And then dip that in the Vaseline or the baby oil and use that as a blender. Yeah, Q-tip. There's also some that use alcohol to blend with and to make effects with. I think actually Ellen uses that. Ellen that colored my covers for the Twister books. I think she uses alcohol when she's blending. This is awesome. So this is the 13th Weirdie. We've been at it for 13 days, which is pretty cool, I think. Come a long way. And there's like, so in the album, there's like 125 now colored. 125. So that's a lot of beautiful colored pieces that are up there. The album looks awesome. There's so much inspiration to be found. Really beautiful pieces there. And it's just developed so fast. So many gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colored pieces. So you should all be really proud of what you did. They just, each and every one of them are special. So I'm happy to see that. And I bet the Weirdies are happy to be colored. They're having Weirdie fun. So yeah. I mean, when I select colors, I just select colors that I like. And I do like to color rainbow. So I don't really have a special criteria that I use because my criteria is probably rainbow. And there's so many different ways to color because you could also just color them in 2 colors or 4 colors or do them in different shades or something like that. So it really depends on what you feel like or which colors you like to play with, you know. There's no standard of how in the Weirdies. It's just whatever your imagination tells you or whatever you feel like in the moment. Because they are weird and they just like, you know, you can use anything, any combination, you can divide them up any how you like it. You know, you could also say, oh, this one is going to be reddish, this one is going to be brownish, or, divide them up in sections and stuff like that. So it's really only the imagination that sets limits to what you can do. So it's just, I would, if I was you and I didn't know how I was going to color it, then I would probably sit down and I would pick out my absolute favorite colors, totally my favorite colors, and say, well, these are my favorite ones. I'll color it with that. That's probably what I would do. And that's why Maria ended up with a totally black Weirdie, and there was nothing else. That was how it happened. But yeah, but if you want to go like a rainbow, it's like, yeah, I have a yellow, orange, red, pink, purple, blue, turquoise, green, and then a light green. That's sort of to go between the yellow and the green. That's sort of how I choose. This is the palette I'm working on here. Is that, and that was the same that I worked with on the Weirdie Dala yesterday, just from the chameleons. So not exactly the same colors, but the same color scheme. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty. And I'm in such a. I'm really down and relaxed now, so I'm no longer stressed, which is good. And we got this one going here. We got that one going here. We got that one going there. So here and there and everywhere. So it's a very pretty turquoise, light turquoise, I would say. There is a darker one, but that's very dark. So then we're going on for the green. So yeah. Oops. I keep opening them. I think it's because these are the ones Victoria borrowed, and she just threw them on my place here. So, so we got this one here. This is also a very pretty green color. Very much alive. I think actually these tiger markers, they have very strong, nice colors. I will be going to that shop as soon as I can. I was going to go maybe today, but as you know, my day did not really quite go as planned. So there was no time to go anywhere. It was just a bit stressy. But the plan started out being perfect. Well, we still have another day tomorrow. So things will be all right. We have a tendency of working out just fine. And I think actually, yeah. This is the one that I need there. So that's the way it's gonna be there. This is the one I need there. So that's the way it's gonna be there. So he actually looks he looks slightly upset, this one. Maybe he had the same issue with the washing as I had today. Maybe he was like, fuck, that was not funny. I didn't want that. Maybe he's like that. Maybe he had a bad washing day. Okay, that was a contradiction of terms. It's really a contradiction of terms. A bad washing day. Is there anything that is a good washing day? Is there anything called a good washing day? I mean, in my book, there's nothing that is a good washing day. I hate doing housework. I mean, really, 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 really. That's why I probably need a wife, you know. I don't need a husband, I need a wife. I need a wife. Oh my God. I've never seen, you know, like, I know that the housework is a good thing, you know. I mean, it's good if the house is clean and everything. I just never got around to how people get it done. I mean, how does that happen? How is it at all possible to get all these things done? And I hate doing them. I mean, it's like really, I hate it. And I'm so bad at it. I suck at it. Really suck at it. I mean, I remember my ex-husband, he was like, we should clean the house. And I'm like, yeah, right. We should clean the house. Why don't we try to, and I was like, I was thinking, now I'm going to show him what it's like to actually clean the house, because he'd never tried. It was always kind of my thing. I had to do that, and I hated it. I wasn't that old, so, and I said, why don't we do it together this time, then you can see what it's like to clean the house. And he was like, yeah, of course, cool, I will help you, and, let's do it together. That will also be more fun, and we'll go faster. He was in love. And we went at it all day. And we had this duplex apartment by the sea in Spain. And we were working so hard on the whole apartment to clean it up. And afterwards, I think 6-7 hours of cleaning up the whole apartment and ordering everything and making everything look fine. And then he was like, we sat down on the sofa and we ordered some chicken. And he drove into town to get it. And then we sat down with the chicken and we were eating. And he was looking at me and he said, it's not even that clean when we look around. I'm like, no, it's not. It doesn't really look that good. We're not very good at it. And he's like, yeah, and it took us ages to do it. Yeah, it did. And then he said, what do you think? Should we try to get some cleaning people instead? And I said, I think that's a brilliant idea. That's probably the best idea you've had for a long time. And he was like, I think we should, tomorrow I'm going to call and see if we can get some cleaning ladies. And then after that, I had the cleaning ladies, and they would come I think it was once or twice a week. And they would come like a crew of 3 women. And I would just go down to the port and have lunch. And then they would be there 4 or 5 hours. And they would also do the washing. Everything. They did everything. It was just we came there, boom. They even bought all the materials to clean with, so I didn't have to bother about buying that and figuring out what to buy, because they bought the things that they like to use, and that was just perfect. And I would go down and have lunch, and then when I came home, the house was clean. And well, of course, I can't afford to do that now. I haven't been able to afford to do that in a long time, but he could afford it back then. So it was a very convenient. It was a very, very nice setup to have the cleaning ladies. I mean, that was perfect, perfect, perfect. And he was like, well, it's the best solution, honey, because we're not good at that. I said, no, we aren't. So yeah, I was the housewife who never cleaned. The only thing I really did of housewife things was cooking. But the rest I didn't do. I remember my mother-in-law, she came to visit us. And she was asking me, where's it's my favorite color. So, but it's not really a color. They always become very colorful. Oh, that's nice. Your husband sounds nice, Heather. Yeah, to clean house, yeah, it's crazy when people are totally fanatic about it. But anyways, yeah, I just hate it. But, and then later on, Victoria's dad, he was very good at it, and he liked doing it, and he went for it, I don't know why. I mean, he was like a young man, but he always acted like he was really old woman or something like that. Good thing that he doesn't see this and he doesn't understand Danish. He would probably not like me saying that he acted like an old woman. But he did. He acted like, you know, old practical housewife. He did. He really did. Which was practical. No. I think, I mean, there are little tricks one can do to get men to do extra things. Like, I didn't really like to do the dishes. So, with Victoria's dad, I just made sure that they weren't really clean, the dishes and the forks, that there was a little leftover on them, sort of little scraps. And he would be like, "Did you clean this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course, I washed it." And he's like, "But there's like still food from the last time and it's all dried up." And I'm like, "No, I cleaned it. It's perfectly clean. There's no problem there." He totally took over doing the dishes. I just did it on purpose. I'm mean. I know I'm mean. But you know, it's a very good little subtle thing you can do, and you know, and then just insist that it's perfectly clean, and you know, they will be like, okay, maybe it's better that I just do the dishes then, because otherwise I'll get dirty. uh, so yeah, it's a kind of thing you can play around with a little bit. Or at least I've been known to do that. Well, I've been known to do weird things, you know. I mean, it's just in my nature, I guess. Can't help myself. Can't help myself. It's in my nature. Oh, yeah. I actually in Spain, because afterwards, when I wasn't with my ex anymore, the one with the cleaning ladies, then of course I didn't could afford to have a cleaning ladies. But I had two really good friends who were both raging mad for cleanliness. Really raging mad. I mean, these women, they love cleaning, both of them, and they were really great friends. So what I would do, what I would just invite them over one, as you know, one at a time, not at the same time. Uh, then they would break all my cleaning materials or something. But you know, then I'd just invite them home for dinner. And then while I was cooking, it would just come automatically. They'd come in and ask, can I clean a little bit while you're cooking? And I'd be, yeah, of course, you know, be my guest if you really want to, you know, just feel free, you know, it's mi casa, tu casa. Eh? And one of them, she said, "It's so nice to clean in your house because I can see such a big difference, Maria." Yeah, of course. It's a big difference. I had two huge dogs and there was hair all over and everything, and I wasn't really good at cleaning, so of course there was a huge difference when she cleaned. And the other one, she actually broke the mop. One day she broke the mop. That was how enthusiastic she got about it. I mean, how can you get that enthusiastic about cleaning a floor that you actually break the mop? How does that happen? I mean, she was like, she came in and she said, "I'm sorry, but it just broke." I'm like, what? But now, of course, they live a bit far away to invite over for dinner every time I need to get the house a little bit cleaner. But you know, it was a good exchange because they enjoyed it, and then they had something to do while I was cooking. And then I would cook up a really lovely meal for us, and we would have a nice evening. So it was great. Yeah, I miss them so much, but not for the cleaning, but for the, you know, the friendship was nice. So you know, yeah, of course I miss them. But breaking the mop, I mean, then you're really enthusiastic with the mop if you break it. But it's interesting. I mean, sometimes I wish I had like maybe just a 10% of that so that I could keep the house clean. 48 years. That's awesome. That's a long time together, huh, Kat? Yeah, psychology on them. Yeah. Yeah. She was powerful, powerful woman to break him up. I'll never forget that. And she felt so sorry about it. And the worst thing was that she had to stop in the middle of the cleaning and figure out how she was going to do it then. But she found a broom and worked it out somehow. So no disaster. She still kept on cleaning. Funny. Yeah, but just to have had like 10% of that cleaning thing, so that at least it would happen like every 2 weeks or something, that you got that uh, inspired eagerness to clean the house. I mean, it just doesn't happen to me. I look around and I see, oh my God, it's a mess. I need to do this and that and this and that. And the worst thing is when you start doing it, usually it doesn't take that long. But it's the thing of getting started, where you're sitting there, you're thinking about it, and you're looking at it, and you have like 1,000 things that are much more important and much more interesting to do. And it takes almost nothing to find an excuse for not doing it. At least not in my book. It takes a whole lot of effort to pull myself together to do that. But at least, today I did get the washing done. So I've been partially housely today. But of course I didn't get any cleaning done because there was no time or room for that. So yeah, this is gonna be cool. It's gonna be a cool Weirdie. And we can see that we can get just as lovely results with the cheap materials as with the expensive materials, which is pretty good. I think I'll actually continue that because then I'll just finish on the orange in between. And it is a lovely yellow, this one. And they do hold a lot of ink because they do last a long time, I think. Yeah, I have to look into what the set would cost. So we can do that. I have to get that done too. I have to write some little sticky notes and put them on my forehead. But then I won't see them. Because I rarely look in the mirror. I only look in the mirror when I put on mascara. Besides from that, I've never really used a mirror. I've never been a big fan of mirrors. I don't know why. It's just not my thing. I think maybe because my mom was a great fan of the mirror. And she would have mirrors all over her house. All over. Everywhere. Everywhere you could turn or look, there would be a mirror. Because she just loved to see herself a lot. Really a lot. I mean, yeah, she was just very, very happy with the mirrors. And she enjoyed that a lot. And that's good for her, but growing up with mirrors everywhere, you get kind of sick of them, I think. I really, so for me, I have there's a mirror in the bathroom above the sink, like most bathrooms have. And there's a mirror in my bedroom. But that's because it was part of the cabinet doors of the closet, and I had to put it somewhere where it wouldn't fall down. So yeah, that's why that is there. But then I can see sort of partially whole figure if I dress up or something. But I don't have mirrors in my living room and everywhere you look around. No, I don't. Don't really need to see myself. I mean, I know what I look like. And the worst thing is sometimes I totally forget about it, even when I've been in the bathroom. And I don't think about it at all. And then I go to the elevator because there's an elevator that's going down from the front door. And in that elevator, there is a mirror and you can't avoid looking in it when you're standing there. And then I'll realize, oh shit, you forgot the makeup thing, or your hair is like totally a mess or something like that. And it is just because I don't think about it, you know what? I get up, I take my hair and I roll it into a bun and I put a ribbon around it and that's it. And yeah, then sometimes I put some mascara on. Most days now, I actually also even put eyebrows on, you know, like I have light eyebrows, so I paint them up so that they give a little bit more character in the face. Otherwise I'll just look like, you know, bald egg or something like that, which is not very satisfying. I mean, I like dark eyebrows. They give sort of character to a face. So that's kind of what I do. That's my routine. If I do makeup, then those are the two things I do. I forget about things like you know, facial creams and stuff like that. I don't use that. You know, if I have them, then I'll use them 2 or 3 days, and then I'll forget about it. And the next time I think about it, I'll open the cream and it'll be smelling funny because obviously I forgot about it for a long time. So I'm not really that much into all those things. And the funny thing is, my grandma, she never used any creams or anything. And never really, yeah, she used mascara as makeup, and I think she used lipstick. Yeah. But she had great skin her whole life, and she never used any of all of that. That sounded funny. Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, I'll have to answer it. Hi. Hey. Okay. You sit some good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He finished work on his way. I'm not nowhere done. So yeah, we'll get there. Maybe he will have to hang out with us for a little while. Maybe he can say some weirdy things. I don't know. It's just the way it's gonna go down. I didn't know that I was gonna be delayed. Besides, you know, if he's leaving now, and I bet, you know, he has to get his car, then he comes here, and then he can't find a parking space, and he'll drive around trying to find a parking space until he decides to park it illegally, so he will get a fine. So, you know, it could well be 40 minutes or 45 minutes before he comes anyway, so we'll just take it nice and easy, no stress. And then if we're not done, when he comes and we're not done, then he'll just have to wait. See, this looks good. It's looking good. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. They also like fly over the paper, you know, they're so full of ink and easy to lay down. So that's another thing that is nice with working with them, that they have such a good flow, and just like, you know, you can see how easy the color just goes on, also on a big area like that. There's no, where, like, for instance, the other day I had the problem with the shin hands, but that was also because they were drying up, and that would be the same if these are drying up, then you just have to change them immediately. But with these, you know, you could lay them aside for a while, and sometimes they will regain some more. So yeah. Victoria, du skal sove. That my dad is gonna have pain in his arm tomorrow because he went down and took up all the last of the washing for me because I couldn't do everything at once. And that was very sweet of him, but you know, his shoulder is bad. And he was like, no, but I'll take it with the other hand. But still, you know, it's not so good if you're supposed to be resting it. But it was a good help. Also because I have to walk all the way around the building with it because I can't do the stairs. Not with the weight on. I can go down the stairs with everything, but I can't walk up the stairs with the weight. Because yeah, the pills helped on the asthma attack, but it's still not a-okay. So no, I'm not really vain. I don't think so. Moisturizer, eyeshadow, lipstick, no. Mascara, and then I paint my eyebrows darker. My boyfriend. Oh, nice. I didn't see Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Nice to meet you. Really nice to meet you. Yeah, it's my... Well, you know, we'll have to see if he's still my boyfriend. We have to talk. We'll have to talk. So that would be interesting. We haven't known each other so long, so it's a new... We met in the end of August, so it's a new thing. Isn't something... It's new. I haven't seen him since the start of December, so... I'm busy. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Victoria, hvorfor sover du ikke? And Victoria's here, up and around. Because, har du ikke, jamen der er jo rent nattøj, hvad med den post, hvor dit tøj var i, det der, det er dit, det er våde. She's been pulling the time totally. Because she wants to be up when he comes for sure. Because she likes him so much. So she just wants to say hello. So yeah. So yeah. We're gonna get there in the end. So probably when he comes, I'll have to at least open the door. And then he can pour himself a glass of wine. And he can say hello to you guys. So, because I didn't air out either. He doesn't smoke, so he'll get full of smoke. Yeah, I'm a horrible woman. A horrible woman. So, yeah. And both my dad and my daughter is running around all over the place. My dad, because he has, I don't know how many beers he's had, but I think quite a few. I think that was actually why he offered to help, because he had had a few beers, so he probably felt a little bit more like on top of the world or something. My luck. So they're both like running all over the place, like little fleas on a donkey back. Sorry, that was just my own little expression there. I sometimes I make up funny little expressions or say weird stuff that maybe only I understand. I'll try to I'll try to let you know when there's something strange. It's gonna be pretty. I think it's very, very strong. It's very vibrant. These colors just work so well. And this is what I used on the Weirdie dollars and on the Weirdies before, because when I did those covers, I didn't have the fancy chameleons, or I did have the letter set, but I was saving them. You know, like I'm always saving the good ones, saving them to dry up. So yeah, so that's why I end up using these, and they've sort of become my favorites anyways, because I can always count on them. They always work. So yeah. So I will be updating the banner when I'm done, probably. That'll probably be the only thing I get done. Maybe start the download of the video. And remember to grab the 15th, because she's a real queen. And she's pretty awesome. Real beauty and a huge dress to play with there. But that's how I see it. You know, I see it like a woman with a hat and a huge dress, and very, you know, very feminine. And there's not a lot of the Weirdies that seem that feminine. There's only very few feminine Weirdies. Otherwise, they are most of them seem slightly more male. I don't know how you really judge if it's a male or female in concerns to Weirdie, but the ones that are female are definitely very. You sort of see it. But I mean, it depends what you see and how you see it, I guess. So it can be anything you want it to be. As long as you see it, that's enough. Yeah, kind of, I think. Yeah, I mean, I always say things like it is, so I can't avoid sharing my life kind of with you when I'm talking, because it's, you know, when I'm sitting, I will talk about what goes on or what happens. So it is kind of, yeah, I'm kind of sharing my life with you guys. So, I mean, it's okay. It's not really the most interesting life anyways, you know. I mean, mainly I just draw and draw and draw and draw and make videos and draw and make videos and draw and cook and do stuff with Victoria. So there's not like a lot of interesting stuff happening in my life, except for my boyfriend, who might not be my boyfriend. Let's see what happens. I'm very, you know, calm and collected, so I don't really need a boyfriend. I haven't had one since I left Victoria's dad, so this is the first time that I've sort of had someone that wasn't just on the status of being a lover, which suited me okay before. But then I met this woman who was a little bit different. And now we'll see if I keep him or not. We'll see. He's still on probation. There's a test period. The first what's the first 6 months? There's a full return. You can return them. Oh, it really should be something like that. You just return them, no questions asked. Let's see, there was just one left here, Sicky. They have there, so I'm fine. It looks like it's got its hands up on this direction. And no, Victoria ain't sleeping. I think I'm gonna ask her to open the door when she's done what she's done. Let's see how long it takes. This is good. I think it's going to be a really, really lovely one. And it's sort of like coming home, getting back to these colors, you know, that I know so well and I've worked with so much. It is sort of very liberating. I know exactly what they're going to do and what they look like and everything. So they are really my go-to colors, my go-to set. When in doubt, then this is the way to go. Definitely. It's also, you know, it's hard not to share your life when you're sitting talking, because it's all that really happens is my life. It doesn't happen. I don't have a lot of other stuff to talk about than art and my life and yeah, cook and clean. Cooking and cleaning is boring. Cooking and cleaning is boring. Yeah. So, but cooking is not boring actually. Cleaning is. I do like cooking. I made a very Danish dish today. It is called stegt flæsk og persillesauce. And it's sort of like fried pork, where you also got the crispy side on. So I fry them in the oven so that they get all crispy. It's sort of like slices of it. And then they're frying in their own fat in the oven for between 30 and 45 minutes at the 200 degrees. And so that they get all crispy. You put salt on top of them. And then I, boil potatoes. And then I make a white fat parsley sauce, a really white fat sauce where I put the cooking grease, the fat from the from the pork, and it just it's very simple. I mean, the sauce is thick and fat and white well, it turns green because I chop up a lot of parsley and put in it. But it just tastes so good. It's such a hearty dish. It's so, especially when it's cold, it's just filling and comforting, and it's just a lovely dish. It just tastes so good. So we had that today. Really crispy and lovely. You have to get the pork. It's sort of the same as where piece of where you will cut the bacon from. So you get that the skin, and it just gets really crispy and awesome. So that was a doorbell. Shoot, I should go open. I'm just gonna finish here. Yeah, it would be nice if I open the door, but I think somebody else beat me to it. My dad beat me to it. I'm gonna go open the door. I'll be back. Okay. So I got him sent up to my dad. They can have a beer together, so I can finish my stuff. So I got him. Du vil gå op og hilse på Josef. Gå ud og hilse på ham. So yeah, my dad is gonna have a beer with him, and then I can just finish. So yeah. Can you say hi? Hi, hello everyone. They can't see you. They can only see my hands, so they can't see you. They can only hear you. I think Victoria's in the bathroom. So yeah. Yeah, I think he's not an easy cut to get anywhere in the world. I did get it in Spain. I could get it. So yeah, this is nice. So no stress, totally chill. So who's coloring with me today? Is any of you guys coloring? And you're gonna be warm with that big thing on? Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So they're just gonna hang out. Hvad? Ja, det må du godt, men nej, du skal, nej. Klokken den er 11:30. Du skal sove. She almost tricked me, yeah? She know I was sitting and stressing a bit. And then she comes like really quietly after the toilet. Can I go read a little bit? And I say, yeah, of course. And I'm like, no. You know that they're tricky, them little ones. They're very, very tricky. Oh, you're coloring along. Awesome, Kat. Nice to hear. And you're coloring. Awesome. Great. I'm enjoying your company too. Everyone's company is nice. So, yeah. It's gonna be a pretty one. So I don't know, maybe Heather, if you don't mind, if you can share again today and update the banner on the color Weirdie a day, because I will just update it on my own so that I can sort of, when I'm finished, and I can sort of be a little bit what's called company, because it is late in the evening. But it's because he finishes work at 11. He finished at 11 today. He's a metro guard, so he works in the metro, taking care of the people there. So he's, yeah, that's what he does, and he's very good at that, I think. So yeah. So almost there. It's gonna be pretty. We're not gonna stress or rush, because then we don't get good results. And if you're gonna do it, might as well do it well. I can hear Victoria is not a happy camper because of the no more reading. I mean, it's nice that she wants to read, but she already read for like 2 hours. That's nice, Patricia. You should be snuggled down in bed. That's nice also. Yeah, I have a clean bed because I cleaned I washed. So actually I also managed to do that, change the bed linen. Right now I actually have 2 sets of bed linen. Before I only had 1. So that meant that I had to clean it every time I had to change it. But then that one got so worn so that it went to pieces and I had to buy a new one. I mean, before in Spain I had like 10 different sets for the bed, but after I got back I only bought 1 to start with, and now then I had that for like 6 years or something, and then it was just totally worn out, and then I found 2 new ones. They're the same, it's black and white, so now I actually have 2 sets to change with, but they look the same, so it doesn't really make a big difference. My bedroom is black and white anyway, so sort of like my art painting, so I like that. It's lovely. It's gonna be another good one, and I'm looking forward to the one tomorrow. That's Mr. Choppy Chops, Choppy Cheeks, or Mr. Cheeky Chops. I don't know what to call him, but he is a choppy dude who looks like he just ate or something. Maybe he just ate some huge bear or something. I don't know, but he's kind of funky. And I think he also looks kind of sweet, you know, kind or something like that. So he's a nice one. But you can see these colors are just beautiful to work with because they lay down so nicely and evenly, and there's just no fluctuation in it. So I do really enjoy working with them. It's funny how this came together. It's interesting. Maybe more interesting than funny. Definitely not my idea. Not planned, that's for sure. So yeah, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good night. So. It was funny when I tell him to say hello to you. He's like, oh yeah, his name is Joseph anyways. And he's like hello and waving because he thought you guys could see him. And I'm like, they can only see my hands because I'm coloring. Ah, okay. They always say like, oh, they should be able to see you because you're pretty. That's very sweet. But, you know, it would be really interesting to do color Weirdie and just be looking at my face, talking while I'm coloring and looking down on the paper. You know, I mean, the color Weirdie day idea would go away a bit if that was the case, you know. So, yeah. So it's going to be good. In this moment, I'm going to just finish this up here. So yeah, and there's not going to be any extra coloring or drawing today, as you might imagine. Unless he leaves really soon, then maybe I'll go on and color and draw a bit. But I don't think it didn't look like he was on his way out. So let's see how my dad treats him. But it's nice that they can hang out and chat. Like last time he was here, he was also sitting with my dad for a while while I was cooking. When he wasn't in the kitchen helping me, he was hanging out at my dad's. So that's okay. He thinks that it's really nice that we are sharing the apartment. So that's nice. I've lived on my own since I was 13, so I don't really like sharing an apartment with anyone. I like being on my own. I mean, it's a different thing sharing with my daughter, with Victoria, because she's my daughter. But otherwise than that, then I just prefer to be on my own. You know, be able to do what I like. But I guess it's got its good points. And Danny is a girl. In this one, I have eyes here. That's where I see eyes. But you could also see eyes maybe here, but they're just black. But you know, that depends on you. I mean, everything, whatever you see is sort of really up to you. Yeah. Tiger. Yes, tiger. Deal is I'm gonna go look for them in the tiger shop to see how much the complete set would come to, because somebody saw them on Amazon, but they were like 4 times the price that they are in Denmark, 3 or 4 times the price. So it's kind of ridiculous. I do know that shipping from Denmark is really expensive, but I was going to check out how much it would cost if I buy the set and, for instance, you know, just get this, you know, you get shipping. You know, if that could, if some people are interested, or we could make like some draw or something like that for it, you know, because they are really good markers. But I mean, the great thing about them is the price point, that they are like, you get 3 for 20 kronas, 20 something, 20 kronas, and I don't know what that is in dollars. I have to calculate it, but I will calculate it. But they come in packs of 3 different colors. And I don't remember if it's 18 or 24 in total, something like that. There's a couple of packs that carry the same colors. I don't know if they fixed that. And also if it's even possible to get a hold of all the packs. I missed that one. In there. So don't want to make a mistake here. It would not be good. So yeah. This is gonna be brilliant. Now we're on to the orange. So yeah, remember to get your Weirdie for the 15th, because I already hit it up. So the link is already up there from earlier. And she's a right beauty. And remember, recommend your friends to join us if they want to. I just saw that I was up on 5,600 followers. So it's closing in on the 6,000, which then I will do a revisit of the Epic giveaway, and each person can enter 3 books from the Epic that they would like to have. And that would be fun, I think. Hvad skal du nu? Yeah. So. This is going really well. I like this down here with these little ones. This is very cool. I'm looking forward to you seeing the new Weirdies. They just like, they're popping right out left and right, you know, like when I'm so inspired. Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving soon, Tina. Sorry. because Joseph actually already arrived, but he's up in my dad's room having a beer with my dad, so he's occupied. So until I finish, then I'll go get him, and he can come into my room. I'll be fine. But it's nice, and they can sit and chat a bit. They're talking, I can hear them. Yak, 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 yak. Wonder what they're talking about. Well, as long as they're not talking about me, then it's okay. I'm curious what they figure out to talk about. So yeah, I won't be doing a lot more today. I'll just try to, update the banner for tomorrow's Weirdie. And then that's about it. So. Oh my God, I need like one more cigarette before. I need to smoke some ciggies. But it's good. Now I'm relaxed. I got my red wine. I got my Weirdie. And now coloring. And then tomorrow we got Mr. Choppy Cheeks here. Or Cheeky Chubby. He's on for tomorrow. And this is the one that you should go and grab for the 15th. And you can see it's a girly. It's definitely a girly. So that's what we're going to be working on. Oops, I bent Mr. Choppy Cheeks. He's not a happy camper now. I think I'm going to maybe expand on my chameleon sequence tomorrow on that, because there's so many lines there, so that might be interesting to maybe make it 36 colors in sequence there tomorrow. Might be, or maybe with her, I don't know. Let's see what happens tomorrow, where we get. So yeah, this is pretty. Oh, that one up there is done. So we're just down here for the last couple of colors. So then I'll be leaving you guys very soon. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I will see if I have a boyfriend or not. That would be interesting. So we'll see. I'm guessing yes. So yeah, almost done. I can also do a Weirdie a day. Oh, that's great. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, Mr. Choppy Cheeks is going to be so much fun. And the girly one is going to be fun. We'll have to be careful that she's not a diva like Passionata. I think she might be slightly diva, but maybe not as an aggressive a diva as Passionata. Passionata was feisty, really, to say the least. So that's it for today. So I'll be moving on in tonight's schedule, and I'll be seeing all of you guys tomorrow, hopefully. I'll look forward to that. Let's just have a look from the other side and see. That's a whole different image, isn't it? So yeah, that was the Weirdie of the 13th. So have a great evening. It was lovely to spend time and hang out with you guys, and I'm sorry that I was a little bit stressed. But I wasn't stressing with the coloring, and it's a great result. And as you can see, when you get close, like here, you can see how awesome the colors are. It's no streaky or blotchiness. They're just like colors, 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 colors. So yeah, bye and see you. And thank you for hanging out with me.